So I started about a year and a half ago. I have a 6th grade daughter, and I wanted her to learn how to code. So I started her with Scratch and a few other things, but she soon grew out of it and really wanted something much more solid, something real world coding. I put her in front of online classes like Khan Academy and Code Academy, and I didn't get anywhere with that because she just needed a lot more help. Like she just needed instantaneous feedback of what she will when she gets stuck. She needed some help, and the only way I could make it effective was I sit with her and really teach her how to code. And that's what I did for about a 9-month period. I don't know much of coding at all. I am a marketer, so I actually just had to learn coding myself. Then I'll actually find coding, and then I'll do an hour or two of my own, learn myself, and then sit with a teacher. And then this went on for a few. And then I realized that for middle and high school students, you can't just take what's on the net and really do it because it's all more focused on adults. You need to find some very engaging curriculum for them. So then I'll actually spend the weekend really rallying and finding curriculum for her. Then I'll actually do it myself, and then I'll teach her. So an hour of teaching means that I had to actually put 3 to 4 hours of time on it. And it went on for like 6 months, and then it became really hard. Why is it just so hard to teach my daughter how to code? So I thought, it's not anybody who would actually just teach my daughter to code in return for a monthly fee. Actually, that didn't exist, so I quit to start this company. Apparently there have been a lot more need than what I actually anticipated. So we are in about 18 months. We are in we have about 250 students all over the U.S. And we actually teach not in through a live class format, pretty new and interesting way. It is basically like a virtual classroom where students take coding from the convenience of their home. It's in a 6 to 8 students a class with their live instructor teaching them with two-way screen sharing. So we have to build some technology to make all of that easy and accessible to students. So that's what we do. And I taught her, and I realized that always having real-world experience actually changed the game. Like, after I taught her for maybe a year and a half or so, I wanted some real-world practical projects for her to work on. So I actually went to local nonprofits and basically said my daughter's available to do projects, right? And so she probably has built maybe 4 or 5 different websites. She's kind of working on some other things. But I always felt that working on real-world things actually just ups her understanding of coding really at a high level, right? Because then she was able to learn all that she learned into some real-world setting, and that was just incredibly valuable for her. So that's when I always kind of, as part of our program, we always have an internship at the end, so they get to work on some real-world projects. And Inder actually is our curriculum developer, so he actually develops all our curriculum. And he told me that, hey, Jay, there is actually this program called Google Coding, which they actually do it for, I'll tell you more about that, but an opportunity for kids to get real world coding experience, and they didn't really know, they didn't have to have a whole lot of coding experience, but it's something to get started. And I had no idea about Google Coding. And my daughter is a little younger for that age, but for that. So then I said, well, it doesn't work for my daughter. He brought it as saying, oh, we want to do it for our daughter. And I said, wow, but then there's a lot of, I didn't know, there's a lot of parents who have kids at that age group who actually don't know much about this Google Coding opportunity. And so we said, well, why don't we have actually an information session where we let parents know about what Google Coding is and how it could actually benefit them. And then that's what we said, okay, well, and then that's when we started thinking about it. And he's an official Google mentor for that Google Coding program, and he came to Silicon Valley to really get officially trained by Google. I said, just fly down here, we'll have actually an information session for our parents. So that's why he's here. And I always felt like, when you have that at that middle school level, or maybe getting into high school, we all want things that we can actually just build a story around for our kids, right? Be something that we can just say when we apply to colleges or scholarships and things like that. And this is a really fantastic opportunity to really say something, have a great experience so that our kids can say something, wrap their personality around it and be able to say some interesting stories about them when they apply for scholarships and colleges and all that as well. So it's a little early, but I think, successes of tomorrow comes with just the accomplishments of today, so we were thinking that, something to get going. So with that, I'll introduce you to Inder, and Inder will just talk you through about what Google Coding is, what the program, how it works with eligibility, and then after maybe 30-40 minutes, and after that, we'll actually just have a question and answer session, and then we'll be here just asking questions. Okay? All right. That was Inder.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah. I'm Inder Singh, and One thing Jay missed was that I am from India, in case you haven't noticed. But many Indians here, feels like home. Okay, so this is very casual, interactive, nothing much prepared. Just, okay, so I'm going to talk about three things: GCI, open source, and coding for young. They are not actually different topics. They are just a single topic, and they just join together. Okay. So Google Coding is a coding contest that introduces students from 13 to 17 years of age to open source organizations, and plus you get prizes. That's cool, right? So lucrative prizes and very encouraging prizes. I will tell about those prizes shortly. Okay. So after that, who are we? It's already been told by Jay. I'm curriculum developer at CodeWizards, and that's my main job. That's what I do. And other than that, I have some agency work going, and I have this association with Google, where in the two of their programming contests, I am a mentor, like GSOC and GCI. GSOC is for university students, and GCI is for non-university students. Okay, so we will talk about all that. And I'm a teacher, I'm an open source enthusiast, and I have been programming from a young age. I have been my first program, I wrote it when I was 8 years old. And my mission in life is to make programming fun again. Okay, so I'm not a Google employee. That's what Google told me to tell all of you, that I'm not a Google employee. I'm not being paid to do this, and all the logos and everything doesn't belong to us. So yeah. So similarly, now we are all surrounded by computers, and they talk in their own language. So it just makes sense that if they are communicating all around in our pockets, this is a computer. There are microwaves are computer. Actually, refrigerators are computer. Like computer is not just that sits on a in form of a laptop or a workstation, right? So rockets are computer. Large Hadron Collider is a computer. So when all these different gadgets are always around us, so if they are communicating, we need to at least understand what they are talking about, right? So learning to code is awesome, right? Because it's as important as learning to read and write. So, and free and open source is awesome, right? Because it's like the biggest, like the most pure community effort that our humanity has developed. Like there is no other thing as open source software. Nothing else that happens the way open source community happens. We were 300 mentors there this year, and from different cultures, different languages, and like all around the world. That kind of combination of humans, like the crowd of humans, that's never seen in any other of places. So that's what Google Coding is. It just combines those two awesome things: learning to code and learning to code at young age, and the open source. Okay, and plus it gives you prizes. Yeah, so that's cool. But so for 13 to 17-year-old students, you work with real open source organizations. Real open source organizations, what do I mean by that is you work in an environment where they are producing software which is used by millions of people. So if you get your one commit pushed and that's being used by millions of people, how nice that is for your resume. Trust me, it's very nice. People just come around to hire you. And this is my organization. There are 25 other organizations that I will just show. This is my organization, BRL CAD. Has anyone heard of it? Now when I will tell you about it, you will see I should have heard of it. This is a CAD organization which US Army trusts. US Army models and analyzes its weapons through this CAD organization from 30 years. Like it was created in 1979 or something, and it became open source in 2000. And it's one of the oldest open source repositories in the world. So this is my organization. That art is for you. Please become part of our community so that we can push this forward. And because no one wants to do that, it's little CAD stuff, little technical stuff. So please be here. So there are other 25 organizations. You don't have to just choose mine, but I had to. Like that I had to market it. So there is Open MRS. There's a very interesting one. Where is that one? The Brains, the Meta Brains. They have written their name in the logo, and so that is like they are publishing all the data in the public. Whatever data, like we hear a lot about this, you know, that Google is collecting all that data, our private data. So there is data about buildings, there is data about weather, there is data about language, and they are pushing it all in the public so that people like us can make applications based on that. Really nice organizations, and these are specially selected organizations. These are not that organizations that Google just picked up randomly. These are organizations that had good track record in handling with students. Like I told you, right, there's another program called GSOC, which is for university students. The organizations that are really good in handling with GSOC students, they are then allowed to deal with 13 to 17-year-old. Parents might know that it's different and it's little difficult and little care. You have to be little careful when dealing with teenagers, right? So how it works, it's really simple. It's the simplest way to get introduced into open source software. I wish I had this, but I didn't know about it. So orgs created tasks, like we will create hundreds of tasks for the students. These are bite-sized tasks. You go there, you click on play. Okay, once you click on play, you take 3 to 5 hours to complete it, even lesser sometimes, and you have one mentor assigned to each task. Like I will be there, Gaurav will be there, or our organization has around 10 other mentors. So there will be one or more than one. In our organization, we always have 2 mentors on one task, and those 2 are from different time zones, so that we have 24-hour coverage. So that mentor helps you, that mentor guides you. You can ask them questions, they will reply, they will tell you where to learn, what to do, and they will guide you. And then students submit their work for review. We will review the work, and then we will say, okay, this is good. If it's good, you can move on to the next task. If it's not good, you can keep working on it. If we think that you can do it, we will increase its timeline. Each task has like limit that you can do it for maximum of 3 days. So what we will do is, we will increase this timeline to 5 days if you really want to do it. And we almost always do that. Like it's common for us to increase the timeline if student is stuck somewhere. We will help the student through it if he wants. But no task takes 2 to 3 days. Mostly it gets completed in a day.
So before you actually give an assignment to someone, how you teach them the basics? Say someone's writing Python or JavaScript or Java. So just example, I mean, how they have no knowledge of that stuff.
Really good point.
So an assignment will not make any sense if you ask them to do a task in Java if someone doesn't know Java.
Yeah, absolutely. But these tasks are really simple tasks. The programming is something like swimming. That's maybe a bad analogy, I don't know. But it's something like swimming. You have to jump in the water to start to learn it. These are those, this is a swimming pool. Go into the water, swimming coaches are standing around, they won't let you drown. They would pick you up, they will make you swim around. So those basics. Another point is that it's not just coding. I'm coming to that part. So it's not just coding tasks, and there are like 5 other categories of tasks. So even if you these are really easy tasks. One thing, and the second thing is you can take a little bit of course with Code Wizards or with Code Academy or any of the other online resources, and you will be really good enough for GCI. Even without that, it can work. Yeah?
So these have to be working examples, or are you talking about algorithms and pseudocode?
These have to be working examples.
Okay. So
Yeah. They are not just playing with it. They are really contributing to an open source organization. Yeah, please.
Right, that's what I was going to mention. I went on last night, and you can look at all the tasks that were assigned
Yeah.
from 2016. It
Yeah.
doesn't let you see the results, but it lets you see the complete list of what the tasks were that kids signed up for last year. So if you're looking for
Yeah.
what kinds of things they put out there, the whole list is out there.
See, so we now get all the tasks that were in 2015 and the winners and the organizations and everything. Okay?
Cool.
So students submit their task. If they're accepted, we make them move forward. They can claim another task, or they can continue doing it, or they can leave it. They can unclaim it.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
so can we look up a task for a specific organization?
Yeah. Yeah, you can look up the task for specific organization, for specific difficulty level, for specific like the area, user documentation, designing, user interface, quality assurance, however you want to organize it. Google has a really good platform. They developed it this time. Earlier years it was okay. So these are 5 categories. It's not just coding. Open source, as I told, is a community effort. So it's just like there are lots of things involved, and coding is one part of it. There's documentation, outreach. Outreach includes social network and all those things which like students really like. But it's all about introducing them to open source, because no one knows about open source. Once they know about it, once they start enjoying it, because other thing is they are talking to these really great developers. For example, VRL CAD now it's a huge, it's a like really great organization, and it has these programmers whose capabilities are amazing. Like they are like superstars of coding, if we can call them. And like when we meet them, we are starstruck. Oh my God, I'm meeting Sean Morrison. You know, that kind of thing. So like we like to take selfies with them. Once you get into coding and these become your mentors, and now you are working with them, that feeling is amazing. So there are beginner tasks. If if even these tasks are like difficult, what the starting kids can do is they can do some of the beginner tasks. You can claim up to 2 beginners tasks, and so that gets you organized. That gets you like that sets you on the path of more difficult tasks. But even the most difficult ones are easy. They are not difficult. Like if not this year, next year. So then we have awesome mentors. They really help. Like the only thing that that can stop the student from completing a task is their will to do another task, or their will to not do this task. Otherwise, mentors are almost always, at least in our organization, they always try to push them. They always try to tell them that, okay, read this from here, learn it from here, and they just try to guide them all along. Then, of course, as I told, as I promised, there are prizes. So if you complete one task, you get a digital certificate of completion. Just do one task. That takes 3 to 5 hours, right? And that certificate is good enough for bragging rights and like putting it in a resume somewhere. That's good enough. And then if you do 3 tasks, you get a T-shirt, which is limited edition Google Coding T-shirt, and plus a digital certificate. Again, a certificate that you can use to brag or something. Then if 5 finalists from each organization, they get a hooded sweatshirt, which is also limited edition, no one else would have it, and a T-shirt and a digital certificate. But these are all okay. These are all fine prizes. The mega prize is this one. Ta-da-da, drum roll. So grand prize winners, what they receive is all expenses paid trip to Google headquarters for themselves, and the big part is and a paid it. So on Legal Guardian in the summer of 2018. Now there is an interesting thing here. We have 25 organizations this time. So that means there will be around 50 winners going to Google headquarters. And up till now, the total number of students that have participated in GCI ever are around 4,000, 5,000. They have a number written at the top of the GCI website. I will give a link. And so So that means there's a really good chance, if you just put some effort into it, there's a really good chance that you can win. Like there's a competition, it's a contest that's worldwide around, because we don't do that good a job in marketing it, no one knows it. So if you just put a good amount of effort, you are really eligible for, you can really be eligible for going into Google headquarters. And that they also, they don't mention it anywhere, but almost always they also give out gifts when you go there. They would give out some stuff, right? And if you want to get started, just go to this website, very easy website, g.course.gci. Okay. And that's it. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
We'll sit out the presentation, yeah. So any questions, let me open up for questions, if you had one. For me, actually, when we looked at this, the values and experience, right? You know, Raju going through this, and when we do code wizards, because of the fact that it's a 1 hour class, we get actually just sanitized to really teach them core concepts, right? Every class they gotta teach from concept to concept, but then when you do these kind of things, there are just all these peripheral things that you learn about that you really don't learn in a classroom. So that's why I think, you know, it's worth giving it a shot. Maybe November 27th when they open it up, go log in, just pick up a couple of tasks to see what works. You know, if it's something that is interesting, you can get excited about that. And during, you know, another thing is that the core part comes in the 3-week winter break, right? So that time we can just, that's another time opportunity for us that with all the homework that's happening, we can, there's some time available to really try this out. Yeah.
How do you choose the organization? Like,
How do you choose an organization? So, you go to their website, they have all their organizations listed, and you just click on an organization and just click on a task and start doing it. Now you can do this, you can keep doing the task with this organization, or you can switch an organization without having to do anything. Just go to another organization, go to their task, click on claim. Okay. But the price, that depends on doing tasks in one organization. So if you do more tasks, like almost all of the tasks in one organization, you really help one organization deliver it, then you get more eligible for winning the grand prize. Yeah. Yeah.
So, my question was in line with the selection process. So you guys are teaching coding, programming to the kids, your program.
Yeah.
So I would say that I know that this is a little bit of a parent-driven exercise as well.
Yeah.
I accept that. But if you can put some thought around how you can maybe 10 minutes at the end of a class, put some effort to help us understand, maybe through emails, like what is that coding thing that we can go, because you gave examples around quality assurance, documentation.
Yeah.
So that would help the children to understand where their interests are, and I can help my daughter understand. So a little bit of a collaboration between the instructor and us through emails, so that you're not burning a lot of time during the class.
Sure.
To your point, like you have an agenda that you're driving.
Yeah.
I think that partnership would help
Absolutely.
many children, because I know this presentation was designed for adults here,
Right.
but ultimately the kids have to be inspired to do it.
Right. That's
Yeah.
I can totally agree with that. So we should.
So you have to put in some thought around
Maybe in the
that.
last 10 minutes of the class time, we can potentially say that, because there's a few other opportunities that I want to kind of bring to kids, right? Like this, there is also this US Computing Olympiad that's there. So all those things I want to just bring it up. So yeah, maybe we start with a very simple 10 minutes in the end, tell them a little bit about it so that they can get excited about
And it
it.
could be a marketing PR for you. Like, hey, 10 kids out of Jay's program are these task winners.
True, that's absolutely
Yeah.
true. Somebody else had a question? Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the mentors. How do the mentors really help? Do the kids choose their mentors, or the mentors choose the kids? How many mentors to a kid? Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. So what happens is each task has 2 mentors assigned, 1 or 2, 1 or even more, sometimes even more than 2 mentors assigned to it. So when a student claims the task, what mentor does is it approves the task. It says, okay, you have claimed the task, I allow you to do it. and once we approve it, then they can ask us questions. So the mentor assignment is based on task, not on the student, not on the, they don't choose it, they don't do it, like, so we have the least resistance path of doing the thing, like what you actually want to do. You don't need to pick an organization, you don't need to pick a mentor, you just go there, claim it. Rest of stuff, you will get a mentor, you will get everything.
And
How do
tell
they?
tell me a little bit more about what the mentors can support, how the mentors support the task. I mean, do the kids reach out to the mentor, email the mentor, how does that work?
There's like Facebook like interface. They reply it, they type it, press enter, we reply it.
Okay.
And the mentors are available, like within 24 hours you will get a reply at max. Mostly you get much earlier. So, and the other thing you were talking about, what kind of help? Other than doing the task, every kind of help. Other than doing the task, you need to learn something, you don't understand anything about it, ask him. If the mentor thinks that that this is not fit for you, he will also advise you. Do this task. Why don't you do this task? This is more into your area. Yeah.
Related to this question, so any number of students can claim the same task, right? And
No.
still have.
Once your task is claimed, no one else can
No
claim.
one- Oh, okay, so
Yes.
it's first come, first served.
Yeah, there are a bunch of tasks. We create like thousands of tasks. Like as a
It's
whole, yeah.
It's a limited time, like is a time constraint on.
Time constraint is there, but that's like someone has claimed the task and he has just gone away. And so we don't want to block other students from claiming that task. So there's a time frame of 2 to 3 days for a task.
Do you have an example of a task?
Yeah.
Could you show it to us?
Yeah,
What
sure.
it looks like?
That's why we were going to email you the full example of it. We talked to them before, right?
I mean, is that starting point, the website address, is there a
Yeah,
website
if you go
address?
if you go there,
It will have a list of all the tasks and
Yeah.
the open source organizations.
yeah,
List
you,
of the open source names of the organizations.
yeah,
will be
names,
there.
links,
Uh-huh.
how to reach them.
Okay.
Some have some chatting portals, some have just email,
Right.
some are on IRC. IRC is chatting protocol for the internet, and so yeah, there are plenty of ways to reach mentors, organization, and Google. Like there's a yeah.
So all the tasks will be published at the same time or is one by one?
All the tasks, we publish around 100 to 200 as an organization, not as a whole thing. As an organization, we publish 100 to 200 tasks at a time, and then when they are about to run out, we push another 100 to 200. That depends on organization, how they want to do it. Some organizations really bulk out tasks first, and they push it. For example, there is an organization about gaming. They get a lot of students at the, like when it starts. So they have to have a huge amount of tasks before even it starts. And that's what we are doing right now. We are like daily creating 5-10 tasks so that by the time November 27 strikes, we don't sleep on November 27, 28 and 29. Because kids are claiming tasks like this and they are completing it like this. So you don't have to worry. They're very sharp. They do it. You just need to inspire them to get to that website. Once they are there, they see other students doing it. It's a really good environment.
And the age limit is 13 to 17.
Age is 13 to 17.
So it can be less than 13 years old?
No. If you are less than 13 years old, you can prepare for it. Yeah, you can look at the tasks. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So during this time frame, typically, how many tasks do a student do? I mean, give us an idea. 5 to 7 tasks, you know, I'm just.
That really depends on organization to organization, and I don't have that number now, but we really get time to do that much of statistics. So the organization head is Sean. He definitely has it because organization mentor gets all these statistics, and he has shared it on the email, but I don't remember the exact number now. But the amount of tasks that could get completed are really high. Like last year, I guess, for now, total of 25,000 tasks have been done since the program started.
I think every year about 5,000 to 7,000 students
Yeah.
participate. So, but for
it's
Google
total.
size, that is still small.
It's-
So, right? So because of what they do, so I think that, and I'm assuming like if you look at the long tail, there's probably 5,000 to 7,000 means probably 400, 500 students really doing a lot of them, right? Then a lot of them just started and then really went off, right? So if we actually put some focus effort onto it, we can actually just do some, getting into the top probably will be very feasible. See, as I was saying, I was looking for these things for my daughter and I couldn't find it. So which means that they are, they are not really, it's still not many people know, right? So I think the chances are really high.
Yeah.
I mean, just, okay, let me put it this way. On an average, students,
Two tasks, yeah, like 2 days a task, 50 days to 20, 25 tasks.
okay,
Yeah, roughly that number.
yeah.
Yeah, at an average that would be. The amount of students that are up till now, like it has been running for 7 years, that's 5,000.
Yeah.
So it's really, that's what I'm saying, that's a really good opportunity.
I don't know, I also thought it was.
Yeah, it's not 5,000 every year. Let me check the exact number.
Right.
We have that here.
Check that. The only thing missing in this whole equation is money.
Jay, I think you are doing an amazing job in creating awareness,
Right.
but I would just, you be mindful, and especially when Inder started the girls thing. I'm a daughter of a girl, right? Ultimately, we've got to inspire the children in this room.
Right.
Parents getting inspired and fired up means nothing.
Right. I agree.
So we've got to create that very strategic partnership for them to do it. Some kids will do like 50 tasks right from this room.
Totally.
Somebody would get intimidated with starting with one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So with the forum that you have, I think that's where,
I agree. Because that's really true.
because this is great. What you're doing is absolutely amazing.
That's thank you for that. So yeah, I agree. I think we have a long way to go because if you look at our student set of maybe 250, I probably would say about 75 girls. That's still a much better number than average, right?
But I believe there is a lot of initiative from the schools themselves to start coding groups, especially focused on girls.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at least I know in my son's school, we have at least 2 groups that is girls only.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, Jay, when I enrolled my daughter with you, I had a long chat with
Right.
her.
Right.
And this is like practical things. You started your presentation with that. right?
Yeah.
I'm not distinguishing between boys and girls here, so let me be very clear.
Yeah.
But it's harder for girls to break in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that one recommendation I made is that maybe you can start a class
Yeah.
for girls only. There is a She Code program in Silicon
Yeah.
Valley, which is very good, where women are teaching girls for.
It's all peer driven.
Yes.
It is.
If you see all boys in a group, that is not implemented.
See, I think that's what, it has been, research has shown that girls, when they are in the part of a group of girls, they actually tend to well, because of scheduling things. That's one of my cherished goals also, is to really actually have a girls only, at least an offering, right? But because we offer a lot of schedule times and all that, so it's still not there yet, but at some point we have to do. Okay, any further questions?
Like, for if someone does 3 different tasks from 3 different organizations, then he or she will have 3 different mentors, or like.
Sorry, can you?
Like, I think if someone is doing multiple tasks, right?
Yeah.
So that they will have different, more than one mentor?
Yeah. You have one mentor per task.
Okay.
And at the time you can't complain more than one task.
Okay, so the task
Plain.
is complete, then you.
Yeah, you go to
a
another
different
mentor.
mentor. Okay.
But yeah, it's really like one mentor is assigned to multiple tasks. Yeah. Each task has one mentor, but for one mentor there are multiple tasks, and like multiple students to handle.
And they'll
And
do
there's
actually, one related to that. So they'll typically students will pick one open source organization, right?
No, they can do across the spectrum. But if they want to win, then going through one organization is a better idea. Yeah. Or they do really good in 2 organizations and they win in one. So, but yeah, mostly it happens is someone who just focuses on one organization, they get a win.
So it's open from November 27 to January 17.
Yeah.
All throughout that time, you can
Yeah.
do as many as you want at your own
Yeah.
pace.
As long as they don't run out of tasks.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can only do within that time frame, that's the.
Yes. November 27 to January 17, and on January 30th, I guess they announce the results. Yeah.
It's the competition.
Yeah, just one thing on that point. This organization, by Anita Borg Institute, is Sisters. This is girls only organization. Yeah, Sisters. And we are really like, yeah, we have really good relations with them, and they are doing tremendous job in the girl front. Yeah, that's the organization I was talking about when I said many of the girls were from
So,
Onchi.
how do you know which organization is doing what? Like, is there any?
Yeah, there are links. There are links. This is another page. The link that I give, g.g/GCI. You go there and you can click on any of these, and they have their own page of what we do, why we do it, how to reach us, how to reach the mentors. You won't get any problem in reaching someone for help. That's for sure.
Do they disclose how many students are registered with each
Well,
organization?
we ourselves don't know at that time. At the end, some do, some don't. But
Even after November 30, Jan 13, is this, once this closes,
yeah.
the students can keep picking tasks for the entire year, let's
No.
say for practice and,
Because they are into email lists of organization, they are into like personal basis with mentor. If they are willing to do it, they already know how to talk to them. Yeah, because there is a getting started guide that they need to read, and so they know how to reach these people. So if they want, because it's an open source, anyone can contribute. So they can contribute out of GCI without prizes and all that platform thing. Using the traditional official methods that developers use of communication. So they can do it that route.
but it would be open, right? I mean, it won't be kid friendly between 13 and 17.
Now that would be open. You would be working with.
So that will be a
And
little
it-
bit intimidating for the kids to
Yes, it
break
is.
into that kind of.
Yes, it's challenging. Yes, it is.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
No question.
That's why we have this.
Oh, I was just gonna say, your analogy that it's like starting to swim, I think is actually a really good one.
Yeah.
Because when I looked at the list of activities, I kind of had a similar reaction, like how does a kid who doesn't know anything about coding,
Yeah.
how are they gonna do this? But there was an activity to design a logo.
Yeah.
There was an activity to do documentation, like you said. There was an activity to create a video. So it's things that the kids, that current kids in schools today do as part of their assignments all the time. So
Yeah.
if your kid really wants to do it, I think from this list of a bazillion activities, they can find something to get started on, and have success. And maybe you guide them a little bit. You don't jump in on coding, maybe you jump in on documentation or.
Yeah.
And there, on each one, you couldn't see it or you might not have noticed it when you put it up, but when it shows you what the task is, there are some rectangles that tell you it's beginner, or it's coding, or it's doing a web page. It gives you, kind of like search words. So you said you can search
can
on,
filter it.
you can kind of narrow down this list of the things you want to start your kid on, or maybe your kid decides what they want to start on.
Yeah.
But I think this is, like he said, something you jump into. Maybe you do one and say, hey, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe your kid really likes it and wants to go find another one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And also, this is like this program is meant to remove that intimidation part. Once they have worked with us for 2 months, they won't find it intimidating anymore. Yes.
I do have one more question.
Yeah, sure.
This looks like a great opportunity. The timing is maybe not so good for my kids. Is there something like this during the summer?
Summer.
That would
Yeah,
work way
that we
better.
switch that time period to the summer.
That's in hands of, because it's a small team. It's called Google Open Source Program Office, Google OSPO we call it. And in summer they are doing GSOC, which is even kind of a bigger event. They had 200, 300 organizations and multiple students and multiple university students, and they pay around $5,000 to $6,000 per student. So each organization has 8 students, so like per organization $40,000 to $50,000.
But that's for a different.
That's for university students, and they do the same kind of thing, but like they do just one big project through 3 months. So that's a different, and in summer they're busy with that. That's called Google Summer Offload. Yeah. So maybe I will definitely, Stephanie is the head, and I will definitely ping her about it. We should have a parallel GCI running in summer. But that would really be difficult even for organizations to balance GSOC and GCI. Because GSOC is little okay work. There is a student you are guiding in daily, that's okay. GCI is very hard. Yeah. Any more?